This will be our agenda for today. I'll give you a brief overview of our company, Panni Management and Technology Corporation. I'll give you a brief overview of the Acumatica, the company, and the competitive advantages it enjoys over other ERP software providers. I'll also give you a 5-minute quick demo of the Acumatica software and next steps. Panni Management and Technology was established in Calgary in Canada 2009. We have 5 employees based in Calgary and 15 offshore. We provide a wide range of services from management consulting, ERP systems implementation, systems integration, business intelligence and dashboarding, and business collaboration through SharePoint services. We have over 20 clients in Canada, US, and the UK, and our industry experience is in a wide variety from sales and distribution, manufacturing, gaming, food and beverages, logistics and oil fields, and service companies. Here's a list of our customers. As you can see, we serve from medium size to more well-known brand names such as Canadian Tire, which is one of the largest retailers in Canada. Acumatica was founded in 2008 and was born in the cloud. At that point, some technological decisions were taken to develop Acumatica in HTML5 and web services. These have proven to be very successful, as HTML5 and web services have become the technology standard for cloud-based ERP systems. Acumatica founders have deep mid-market ERP experience from other vendors such as Microsoft. They have used their deep experience and customer knowledge to build a new world-class Cloud ERP system. The other important factor for Acumatica's success is just timing. Acumatica entered the ERP market when there was a big disruption in the business applications moving to the cloud. Payroll, CRM, and other solutions have already made the move, and ERP systems were just starting to make the transition. Acumatica is 100% channel model, which allows them to focus on product and technology. It also allows customers the ability to work with partners who are close and real experts in the ERP implementations. Acumatica only provides support and guidance to partners as and when needed. Acumatica was built for the cloud and for the mobile workforce. It runs on any device using a browser, so it can work on Safari, Chrome, Internet Explorer, or any other browser that you'd like to use. It has responsive, also called adaptive design, meaning the screen resizes based on device being used. So whether it is a 4-inch, 5-inch, or 14-inch laptop screen, Acumatica will automatically detect the screen size and adjust to the device being used. This means that real work can be performed using any device without learning a new user interface or experiencing reduced functionality. All screens present the same information regardless of device or screen size. This is a very powerful and unique feature, as in my own experience, most other ERP systems have different screens in the mobile framework and require different levels of customizations to display the information in different screen sizes. This also means that the customer will have lower cost of ownership with Acumatica, as there is no development time required to adjust screens for different mobile devices. If your team decides to develop custom applications using the Acumatica platforms, those will also adapt to any device screen size. One of the really differentiating things about Acumatica is that it charges by computing resources and not per user license fee. So for example, you have several users who use only the system for a few minutes a day, you'll not need to buy additional computing resources for their access. This allows all employees to have access to all pertinent information depending on their role, without worrying about incurring additional license costs. This is really powerful, as from experience I know that companies restrict ERP access due to increasing license costs. Additionally, Acumatica allows you to collaborate outside of your business with customers and suppliers, as again, you do not need to buy additional user licenses to give them access. This will allow greater integration with your customers and customer loyalty at a much lower cost. Acumatica has a very flexible licensing and deployment model. It can be deployed in the public cloud such as Amazon with a software as a service model, Or customers can buy it outright and deploy it either in their own private cloud providers or do the standard on-premise installation. So it really allows the company to choose what works best for them depending on their own circumstances rather than forcing one deployment option or the other. Acumatica is one of the fastest growing cloud ERP company in the world. It has 2,000 plus customers and sales and support centers across the globe in US, Canada, Singapore, and Russia. Some major software providers in Europe and Australia, such as Myob, have chosen Acumatica and are white labeling it and selling it to their customers. So these are long, multi-year, multi-million dollar contracts. This allows for very stable revenue base for Acumatica and a strong, steady increase in customer base every year. This also gives Acumatica a very solid financial footing for the future. Acumatica acquired this first customer in 2011. As you can see from the chart, Acumatica has seen exponential customer growth since then. It reached its 1,000 customer landmark in 2014. Since then, it has doubled the customer count. Acumatica has a large customer base in services, distributors, manufacturing, retail, and e-commerce, and several other sectors. As you can see from the slide, customer base includes companies from the mid-sized sector to larger public sector companies. Acumatica is a powerful ERP product which can grow with your company. There are companies who bought Acumatica when they were smaller and are still using Acumatica when they went public. Over the years, several recognized publishers and organizations have recognized Acumatica. It received top 20 cloud computing company by Puget Sound Business International. It was the editor choice by PC Mag. It also received a 5-star partner program rating from CRN. What this means is that Acumatica will have a strong, satisfied partner ecosystem, which in the end means happier customer base for Acumatica. Acumatica is built on the HTML5 and MS.NET framework. It can run on public clouds such as AWS, Azure, and IBM. Its database is SQL Server based as well as MySQL database. The cloud platform is adaptive to mobile, that is, the screen automatically adjusts to different mobile sizes. It supports web services and has cross-browser support. The Acumatica module basically consists of 5 major ones. So financial, project management, distribution management, customer management, and payroll. And then it has several add-ons such as service management, nonprofit, and e-commerce. There are also third-party OEM vertical/integrated applications for manufacturing, government contracting, and field service management. So Northline is an example of a company which switched to Acumatica and received significant savings by integrating Acumatica with their e-commerce website. So Northline was a private company based in Michigan, and basically they were a huge e-commerce and retail presence. So they sell thousands of home-oriented products online, and they had plans to expand the e-commerce presence. So Northline basically selected Acumatica to improve their financial system and integrate it with their website. Some of the key challenges that they faced was they needed the ability to easily add new inventory to their products. They needed to easily automate some of these functions. And from a business point of view, they needed to get data easily out of the system and wanted to integrate some third-party e-commerce apps. They selected Financial Management Suite and the Distribution Suite from Acumatica, and they immediately received benefits in terms of improved data management, easier, more accurate tracking and reporting of financial data. Their integration was excellent with their e-commerce websites. The processes were automated, and they had increased inventory visibility and replenishment adds to customer satisfaction, and they were able to reduce carrying costs. I will do a quick 5-minute overview of Acumatica software. I will show you how the software is laid and its dashboard feature, sample creation of journal entry, An overview of the inquiries function, which allows you to quickly access relevant information and the ability to quickly modify it as per your own unique requirements. And a very exciting Google-like search feature where you can quickly search for any information within the system. Acumatica is accessed through a web-based browser. Basically, log in with your username. So when you first log in, you're presented with a dashboard which are relevant to your particular role. In this particular case, I'm logged in with the controller role, and I'm presented with the information which will be relevant or interesting for a controller to look at. On the top, you'll see a tab for each module or each suite in the Acumatica system. Each suite is then further subdivided into several sub-modules. So when you click on a module and then, for example, here in General Ledger, you will be presented with four more tabs down here. So one is the work area, the other is the process groups, this is the reporting tab, and this is the settings or the configuration tab. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to create a simple journal entry transaction in Acumatica. To make a journal entry, you'll go into Finance module on top, General Ledger, and then in your work area, you will see the transaction, Journal Transactions. By clicking on Journal Transactions, will take you into the Journal Transaction area. You'll see the title bar on top where you can add different notes, activities, tasks, add some files, and where you'll show up various notifications depending on your error messages or tasks that you have set up. In the title bar, you'll see the standard buttons to, for example, to add a new record, to delete a record, to cancel, to move between records, and then access to various reports. So to add a new record, you'll hit the plus button here, and it will show up with some of the values will show up with default values. If a value is missing, so for example, an asterisk here shows that this value has to be entered. Some values will be mandatory. So for example, if a value is missing, it will show up as a red asterisk, which means the value must be entered before saving a transaction. So I'll add a new record now. So I'll hit on the plus button here, and then I can tab through the various fields here. So it automatically picked up the branch. If I hit tab, and if I start entering the description of my GL account, it will automatically bring up all the words with GL account with description cash in it. So I'll choose cash in transit, and now I have to choose segment for the GL account. So I can hit F3 and it will present with a list of options to choose from. So I'll hit tab to move between the fields. I'll have a debit amount of $50. Tap through and go on to the next field. And again, I'll select another GL account. I can also press on this magnifying glass button and select a different GL account. Again, I'll select a segment for this GL account. And then I'll add a credit amount of $50. I'll press the save button on top to save the record. So you can see this is not the correct, this is a different currency account. So it gave an error that I have to change it. So I can select the right GL account and hit save again. So this time the record saved without any errors. All right, I'm going to talk about now a few of the reporting features inside Acumatica. So for example, if you go to Finance in the General Ledger module, you'll see a set of inquiries in your work area. I can click on Account Summary, and it will show up the entire list of GL accounts and their balances. I can filter this by the account class, for example. I can simply backspace, remove it, and get all the results again. I can also configure these columns as per what I want to see or not see. So for example, I can click on this configuration button, and remember, this is all user driven. You do not need a programmer to do any of these columns. I can click on branch, move it here. I can remove the account class, for example, and click OK. And I can see the columns that only I'm interested in seeing. Other things that we can do is we can sort these columns using Excel-like features. So for example, we can sort ascending, or we can say sort it for a number which equals to 100, for example. As you can see, there's no value which equals to 100. What you can also do is click on this Excel button and export this inquiry into Excel. It's taking a couple seconds to download. So I can download this into any folder that I like. So this is the entire report downloaded very easily and quickly into Excel for me to work on and do my analysis. I can also do advanced filter on these results. So if I click filter settings, and I can add a new filter criteria. I can say is greater than, so I can choose a property, column property. So for example, ending balance greater than 100. I can add as many as complex criteria that I want in this filter criteria. I'll hit OK, and it quickly filters my results for all balances greater than 100 for that column. I can add multiple criteria here and to generate a complex query suited to my particular needs. So this is just a very brief overview of some of the reporting features. Acumatica also has integration with Microsoft Business Intelligence for much more advanced analytical capabilities. Another interesting feature that I'd like to show you is the search feature. So for example, I want to search for invoice from USA bartending tool. All I have to do is go into the search dialog box and type in my query here. Now it's coming up with options that do you want the system to only search in sales order, or do you want to search in all entities? So I'll search in all entities to bring up any document which is for USA bartending school. As you can see, the search query came up with 2 invoices. I can click on the invoice right here and go into my results. So this is a brief overview of the of the very powerful use cases and features in Acumatica. Okay, so as a brief recap, I gave you an overview of our company, Panni Management Technology Corporation, overview of Acumatica, the company, and its competitive advantages over other ERP providers. Showed you a quick demo which covered the Acumatica layout and dashboards, sample journal entry transaction creation, and overview of the inquiries function. If you need more information, please feel free to research more at the web link provided, or you can also email me or call me at the numbers shown here on the screen. Thank you.